Welcome to Yeshiva Daf. We're holding in Menachos Daf Kuvov. We're starting in Amud Aleph. Omar Le Rav Kahan Ravashi, which is 9 lines down from the top of the Hamud. Omar Le Rav Kahan Ravashi. We said when a person doesn't know which mincha he brought, he should bring the mincha. Which mincha? A 5. Which 5? The mincha of soilus, chalos, rikikin, machvas, macheshes. What about the sochi? We learned in yesterday's daf, and Shabbos daf, that you can bring minchas sochi, which is a flour, oil, and wine together. It goes with the karbonis. You can bring it on its own. No, sochi is not big. No, I don't think so. Don't need that. So the Gemara now brings a few answers why we don't have a suffix about that. Because meaning it's because we're talking about these 5 only individual could breathe in. Machvas, macheshes. Minchas in Nesachim comes every carbon. So the tzibur brings it as well. That's different. Comes on its own. Nesachim usually goes with a carbon, even though here maybe he meant it not as a carbon, but usually doesn't come on its own, so it's different. Only if you need a spice. There's no levoino. Comes with 1 lug of oil. This is 3 lug of oil by Nesachim. Only if you need a kvitzo. There's no kvitzo by Nesachim. In other words, the Gemara says the reason why the suffix is not part of my suffix, I'm taking the 5 they're equal in many of the different items that they have in him. Say he didn't remember what he did, it's probably one of the 5. To come and say one which is completely different, I don't put that into the suffix. So he says, Pirashti mincha. We thought you left us.
Mendy's a bachelor. So
we thought you left us.
he's living the high life.
What do you mean with his wife?
Or didn't your wife go on the trip? Wasn't it a ladies trip or a small?
I didn't know this space at Shlish.
Tono about Pirashti mincha v'kavati.
Line in the end.
Tono Pirashti mincha v'kavati b'kol yechad shel yisroinim ve'eini yordei ma'pirashti. So I know that I did a mincha. I knew it's a kli, but I don't know how much. If you mincha shel me 60. That's the max. No. As we learned in the Mishnah on Shabbos, you have to bring it. You have a kvius kli, and you can't bring more or less. So you have mincha shel me'echod v'atshishim from 1 to 60. Shem elef v'shmunamois v'shloishim. You have to be 1,830 menachos. Because you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 58, 59, 60, adding all that together, because there'd be 1,830. Right? Tosfos says the math is very simple. Why? It says Tosfos, because what do? You come and you add 1 plus 60. How much is it? The smallest one, how much is it? 1. How much is the largest one? 60. 60 plus 1, how much is it? 61. What is the next one in the number? Number 2. What is the next one? Not the highest one below. How much? What is that? 59. 59 plus 2 is what? 61. 3 plus 58, 61. 4 plus 67, 61. In other words, if you take the first one and the last one, they're all going to be together 61. So basically what you're doing is you divide it into half. That's really irregular math. Basically what you're doing is take the first and the last and you add it, multiply that by the numbers that you have, and divide by half, which basically comes to be 1. You have 61 times 30. That's what it is, and that comes out to be this number. Says the Gemara, 1,861 times 30 is 1,130. Right? Says the Gemara. Pirashti ve'in dema pirashti ve'in yudea ve'ezo mehem pirashti ve'in yudea pirashti. So I don't know which mincha and how much of each mincha. So according to Rabbanon, Yavi Chamesh Menachos Shel Shishu Shishu B'Sroinim. According to Rabbanon, you just take the max, and that's good enough because it includes all the smaller amounts. I don't know which minchos is 5 times 7 minchos. How many should I do? I do 560. Shem Shloish Boys. Total 60 times 5 is 300. TV Chacham. Rabbi Yoimer, no. Yavi Chamesh Menachos Shel Shishu B'Sroinim Echad Vat Shishim. You have to bring up each one of what we said before, each one of the menachos. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 60 of each mincha. So we said before the 1,830 to bring 5 of them. So 1,830 times 5. Quick.
6,900.
So he says 9,150. That's what Gemara says. I trust the Gemara. Shen chatel fi 150.
1830 times 5.
Yeah. Exactly. But actually it's easy because it's 1830 times 10 would be 18,300. So dividing the 2 is 9,150. We do. But my calculate, what's the machlekes? So what's the ikar machlekes of Rabbanan and Rebbe? Well, so the Gemara is giving now a few options. Option 1 is bemutu lachnis chulin laazor kabiflege. Can you put into the azor chulin? Which means I said I'm going to bring. We don't know what he said. So maybe he says 57. So if I bring 60th, what do you do? What's the extra 3? The extra 3 is chulin. Can I bring chulin azar? Rabbi says you can't. I can't bring extra 3. I don't know what you're doing. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I see if that's what I said. This is it. If not, it's an adult. For Rabbanan Tzari mutar lachnis chulin lazar. Rabbanan say you could do it. Bring chulin lazar. That's how Rav Chizda says. But to say in Nedova together, I don't say it because you say you're not allowed to mix. The one understands now I can't mix Chayv and Nedova. So to say that maybe he said 42. So what's the extra 18? Because you're bringing 60. Nedova, I can't mix it up. Nedova and Chayv. So it has to be the extra 18 is Chulin. So according to Rabbanan, I bring 60, and it's like this. If I said 1, the rest is chulin. If I said 2, the rest is chulin. If I said 15 and 9, the 1 is chulin. If it's 60, all is kodesh. According to Rabbi, I can't bring chulin lazar, so I can't do that. Rav Omar, the kula alma, solach is chulin lazar. Everybody agrees you can't bring chulin lazar. Fa'achal b'mutar la'arev, chayv v'nedova coming from him. Chayv says, can I mix up chayv v'nedova? Rabbanan sabi mutar la'arev, chayv v'nedova. You could mix up chayv v'nedova. So therefore, what I'm going to do is I'll say whatever it is that I said is within the 60. And anything that I have extra is a donation. So whatever you did has to be exact. And then if you have more, it doesn't work. So you have to bring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up to 60. And that whatever is the right one is the right one. The other ones will be Nedava. So Abai told Rava, you could mix it up. Yeah, but how do I do? Okay, so I have your 1 mincha. Part of it is a chayva, which I don't know how much it is, and part is an edava. What about the 2 kvatzim? I have to do kmitza for each one because it's combined. So what you're right. The kol mitzvah, the kol mitzvah. It does 2 kmitzas. Says the Gemara, like kol mitzvah chayva and edava, chayva. When you do kmitza, I have your whole pile. I do kmitza. Whatever I'm doing, maybe that's the flower of the chayva. Maybe that's a flower in the devil. I mean, really, it's a combination of both. Says the Gemara, the tali levidas a koyin. The koma doma koleicho the matya dod the koyin hashta chayva. Ulbasov nedava. But the guy who's donating, he said like this: whatever the coin holds first, that will be my chayva. Whatever you hold second, that will be my nedava. So in the kli, I have a kli, and I'm saying how much of it is chayva, how much is nedava. So it could be there's no nedava. The second one is just not a kmitza at all. But if there is an edava, so whatever the kohen takes first is a chayva, that's what I'm doing as a chayva. Whatever is an edava is an edava. That's what he says.
Both at the same time.
No, he doesn't do this. You're not allowed to do it because you have to use your right hand. One second. I'm going to take now 2 kmitzas. Kmitza of chayva and the kmitza of nedava. I'm not sure it's an edava because it could be that all 60 are the chayva. So how do I put it on the mizbech? Lick them the double ratio. Put the door first. The chayv echid maktilo. How can you put the chayv on the mizbech? Why? Maybe the entire thing is chayv. V'chosru lo shirayim. You had a pie, you had a kli full of mincha. You think maybe the whole kli is choiva, meaning it's what he obligated himself to bring. Now, I think at the first kmitza, that kmitza is nothing because it's for the nedava. The second kmitza, I think, is a choiva. So the leftover is missing because I took a kmitza out of it.
1 second.
Whenever you have shirayim that are missing, you can't take a kmitza from it.
But why is it? What happened here? You did. Which one did you do? You
Nedava he did first,
You did the Nadav first.
but then maybe nedava is nothing.
Oh, but then what? But it's not a problem that Shirayim is missing. It's the problem is that the actual Koimitz is missing. It hasn't gone to Shirayim.
No, because he's gonna do next. He'll do a
Shirayim will be after. Oh, after you get
and,
then it'll be.
he's gonna do a second kmitza, which will be a full kmitza. The second kmitza will be a kmitza. Will be nothing missing in the kmitza. The kmitza will not be missing. Kmitza is how much is filling up the fingers. Will the 3 fingers be full? Answer is yes. But the shirayim, the leftover, will be missing because he did another kmitza for them. Right? So he had a pile of flour. He took out a little bit of flour. It may be kmitza for nedava, maybe nothing. If it's a nothing, you took out something which is not going on the mizbeach, and you took it out for the rest of the mincha. Then I'll do another kmitza. That kmitza goes to the chayver. Says the Gemara, I do kmitza, you're missing. Elama, link the chayver beration. Maybe I do chayver first. Then the dova echimakto, how can I put the dova on the mizbeach? Explains more that kuvon days. Vedilmo kula chayvoi.
But this is what again. It wasn't chasser between the Kmitza and the Torah. It was chasser before the Kmitza.
That doesn't make a difference for us.
So why is that called?
It's just the law of the Gemara that we mentioned before. It's no kamina.
I would have said the other way around, where you did the chayva.
So let's see. No, so he did a chayva. So here we do because we talk about the akhtara. The problem here is not the actual doing the shirayim. Question is, what do you mark there first? He does both kmitzas. Because what do you mark there first? What do you first put on the mizbeach? So when I'm doing that on the mizbeach, I have anything missing in the other ones? Yeah. So I should do maybe the chayva first. So I don't have nothing missing. Then I'll do the nadava. So the Gemara v'dima kol chayva v'kol shim imenu leishiv v'rei b'al taktiru. But if I have everything chayva, how do I put the nadava on the mizbeach? I can't put the nadava on the mizbeach because what? It was already put on the mizbeach. Anything that you put a portion on the mizbeach, I can't put the leftover on the mizbeach. This, if you remember, we saw it. You put on the mizbeach as wood, not as a mincha.
Meaning with like a
condition.
The
tnai. If I do have,
it's not only wood. He's saying if it's a nedava, then it's nedava. So with a school of chayva, then what I'm
right? Because what's the suffix over here? Maybe this whole thing is a chayva and the rest is nothing. That will be a wood. But maybe it's not. Maybe there was a chayva nedava. So I have 2 kmitzas. The second kmitzah will be l'shem mincha. Titania blows oimel ren choyach atamahale avatamahale shumetzi. Now I'm going to put on the mizbeach anything extra for ren choyach. For eitzvi you could do it. Maybe everybody agrees you could mix it up. This is the machlokes. So you could bring it as 18. For every lace maybe that's the machlokes. If he holds, you could mix it up. The only problem is that he holds you can't bring it as wood. I have another solution. If according to again, what does Rabbi hold? Rabbi says you have to bring minchas 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah 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 until you get to 60. Why? Because it says the Gemara until now, I cannot mix up chayv and nedava. So if my obligation was 32, so I can't bring with it others. I have to do 32 on his own. If you hold you could bring chayv and nedava together, so just make 60. So I'll tell you why. Because maybe I can put the flour in the mizbeach as 18, as wood. So how can I do the kmitza of the nedava? So Rabbi says I'm stuck. All right, I have a solution. Here's a solution. Bring one of 60. If you do ma'isi shiti mechad mono, v'chad b'chad mono, u'magilehu v'komitz. So I'll tell you what you do. Bring 2 vessels. One is 60. One is 1. Let the touch the one with the 60, they be considered to be one big one. You discuss how exactly they're going to be the situation when they're touching each other. But you connect the 60 to the 1. And email you do kmitza from the 60 for the chayva, kmitza from the 1 for the nedava, and then he's saying one shach. If my nedava, if I have nedava within the 60, so that one connects there because part of it, and I could do kimitza with that one on the whatever's in the nedava and the big one. And if not, so the 60 is kula choiva, so the one is a nedava. So I'm good to go. If I can mix the choiva and the nedava, I don't need to take the kimitza from the thing itself.
What if the whole thing was koiva?
So then the one is a nedava. The one that you touched.
The one is an extra one.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be
So-
60. It was supposed to be 60. You bring 60.
61. The only chiddush of the Gemara now is that one can combine with the nedava of the big one.
I understand. But it was really two chedushim. One that you're adding on a one. 4 was only talking about the 60.
Right.
Now you're making it 61.
Right.
And the one, and the extra one is on the outside, and it just touches to whatever might be.
Right. And that helps you the nedava inside. So that's the Gemara brings as another option. You could mix it up. That you could put it on his back. So what's the issue? That's the machlekes. What's the machlekes? How much oil do I have to put? And now I feel minchas l'shishim is starting to tell l'shishim lug. According to Rabbanan, how much lug do you put on the mincha? Depends how much esroinis you have. If you have 30 esroinis, 30 lug. 25 esroinis, 25 lug. According to Rabbi Yaakov, you bring only one lug. I don't care if it's 2, 3, 30, or 60. So says the Gemara. According to Rabbanan, I'm bringing 60 lug. So it doesn't matter if it's chayva, if it's a nedava. I have more oil for each one. Rabbi Sava, Yaakov, Doma, Ein lo lug of lo yadin chad amin chut esagli bechad lug. Ishte menachos im ishte lugim. According to Rabbi Yaakov, every mincha gets one lug. I don't care if the mincha is 1 or 60. Now here, I look at the clear. How much lug do you have to put here? Well, it depends. Is it only chayva? 1 lug. If it's a combination of chayva and nedava, 2 lug. So what do? According to Rabbanan, there's enough kabina. Because for every Isar, I bring a lug. Regardless if it's 1 mincha or 2 minchas.
So go to the you bring 60 lug.
Yeah. According to Rabbi Yaakov, you're bringing the 1 or 2. I don't know what to do. So that's according to Rabbi, you're stuck.
So what do you accomplish by having the 60 kalim from 1 to 12?
Because then you're saying Manashach. One of them is a chayva, I just don't know which one, and that gets 1 lug on it. And the rest will be nedavas.
But you're going to have to make 60 kalim.
With each one with his own lug.
Each one with a lug. So
Each one is his own mincha. That's accomplished.
Because you don't know what that number of the chayva is.
Right.
Anyway, that chayva could be anywhere from
1 to 60. So that's what I'm bringing it after we 1 to 60. Rashi Omar, Bikoton, Vivi, Godlo Kavivlik. Another option, I explain the machlekes. What happens if I said, I'm going to bring 3, but I brought 10? I can bring more than I donated. For every summer, lo yotza. Oh, different machlekes. According to Rabbanon, bring 60 because you're good to go. Everything is great. Because if I said 1, I can bring 60. So you bring 60, you're good. But according to Rebbe, no, I can't. That's the issue. So I can't put it together. So they already argued that the non-cotton go to have a small animal, he brought a big animal, yotzo. Rebbe lo yotzo. Tzvicha. Did not be able to come out of the DVD claiming too. I will also the Kabishi Murim and Rebbe. Here, how much you put for a mincha on the mizbeach? 1 kmitza. What happens if it's a big mincha? 1 kmitza. Small mincha, 1 kmitza. So what's the difference if it's big or small? But there, it depends on how big the animal is. The more animal, the more fat you put on the mizbeach. So a person donates small and bringing big and bringing more than what I'm supposed to. That you can't do it. So the Gemara said a few different answers. What is the reason that the machlekes? It's similar over here. It's 8. Can you bring on the I don't know. That's the next mission. Sorry. Okay, I sorry. That's on this.
Size doesn't matter. In other words, it's just whatever.
According to Rabbanan, you can do whatever you want.
Size.
What?
Is it according to the Rabbanan, the size doesn't matter?
Yeah. Right. Let's start a little bit in the next Mishnah. So the Mishnah says, I want to donate wood. At least 2 pieces of wood. To go on the Mizbech. Levoina, leifchol mikoimitz. The minimum koimitz is a minimum levoina is koimitz. Chamisha kvatzim, the 5 things are always koimitz. Hoimer ariel levoina, leifchol mikoimitz. That's number 1. Haminad mincha evim akoymitz levoin. You have to bring with it a levoin of akoymitz. Hamalis akoymitz b'chutz chayav, which means that the halaw is akoymitz inside or outside. Shnei bezichim tunim shnei kvatzim. When you have a bezich levoino, each one has his own akoymitz. Talk about everything about levoino, so you have your kvatzim as well. However, zov prisoners gold leifcha mediner zov. That's the minimum of gold. Kesef leifcha mediner kesef. The coin of kesef. Nechoshes leifcha mimo kesef. We'll see in the Gemara why. Pirashti ve'eni de'amah pirashti. Yeah, maybe I show my lo l'kachet kavanti. You don't know what he said. You bring what until you say $10 billion. They didn't say. You know. So the Gemara Torah bana korban melamed should not be made. The kama shtei gzirin, 2 pieces of wood. Ken oy mera gorillas. He bought no korban at 8 seams. 8 seams lo sharabim. Rabbi omer to korban and the mamish considered to be a korban. 2 nimer to put salt on the wood. 3 magosh to put it next to the mizbech. Omer Rabbi to be Rabbi 8 seam 2 in kvitzo. According to Rabbi, you have to do kvitzo. How do you do kvitzo the 8 seam? You have to grind them to make them very small and then do kvitzo. Omer Rabbi to be Rabbi 8 seam 8 seam. Every korban you bring to mizbech, you have to have wood to burn it. So the wood also has to have wood because it's considered to be a korban. Says the Gemara, "Levoino leifchus ben hakoymitz. Mino nechti v'yirim mimeno bekumtzoi misolech hamincho umishamno v'eskol halevoino. Makish levoino le haroma de mincho. Ma haroma de mincho koymitz av levoino nami koymitz. The same mincha is a koymitz. The Torah puts it together, put it one next to each other. Tell you levoino is also a koymitz. Says the Gemara, Torah b'na re'an lo mizbeach yovi levoino. The only thing that goes to Mizbeach is levoino. If I say I want to give them Mizbeach, it's a levoino. I'm going to explain in one moment. Pirashti, I say I don't know what it is. You have to bring everything. Everything. So the only thing that goes to Mizbeach is levoino. What about oila? Oila goes to Mizbeach. So they want no, it's not pure on Mizbeach. You have the hides that don't go to Mizbeach. The Quran. What about the oil itself goes in his back? So well, no, Iko with the Kuzayim down, Moirov and not is the neck, is the throat, and the Noitzo is the feathers. Faika the Sochim, what about the wine? The Shittin has, you don't put it in his back on the fire, you put it in the holes of the Shittin. Faika Minchas the Sochim, they put on his back. Kanika Mincho Dach, the Kohanim, you know the Psigala. You're right, Minchas the Sochim goes on his back, but there's a regular Mincha that the Kohanim eat. So I don't want to be talking about this because it's basically within a kind that doesn't go full on Mizbeach. So the kind that goes full in the Mizbeach, the only one we have is a levoino. Yeah, because the Kraven levoino goes in Mizbeach. Okay, we'll stop over here. Maybe we should continue tomorrow night at the same time.